45,000 runners, 60 timers, 104 systems, hundreds of thousands of spectators, 4 and 5 million time observations, and then maybe tens of millions of spectators around the world. It's a tremendous task to get all that information correct, quickly, accurately, where people can enjoy the event that is the New York Marathon.
We started in the 60s. The technology was pretty limited. For instance, a runner would cross the line and be handed a popsicle stick with a number on it, your first place. And actually the first thing we did in the old days was the person who was the fastest in the group would carry the watch. Run across the line, turn around, read off times to the people behind him. So that was racing in the early days. So yeah, it's changed a lot.
This is the ballroom where we are preparing all of the controllers for the 2010 New York Marathon.
This is the industry standard ChronoTrack D tag. It's a single-use tag that is disposable, and the D tag very simply is just laced around the competitor's shoe, and as they get closer to the gator, more energy will be developed, and it will actually then send the data to our controllers that you see behind us. The controller can hold 8 of these antennas, and based on the demands of the course here, that means there will be nearly 1,000 of these antennas and individual gators spread out across this course to track the competitors in the New York City Marathon.
One of the challenges with doing big races, when you think about 45,000 people that they have registered for the New York Marathon, the gun goes off and it can take 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get 45,000 people past that start line. What we do is we start their personal clock when they cross the start line. And then when they finish, we know how long it took them to run that marathon and how quickly they ran it through all of the points.
So one of the other key components of the whole timing process is kind of the communications part. All our timing equipment connects through the cellular servers to internet servers where that data is collected. Race day, you really never know how the cell networks are going to perform. You bring in all kinds of people from outside. They all come in with cell phones, so that's extra traffic on every cell tower in New York City. So we utilize at least 3 different connections, and then at all our vital timing points like the start and the finish. We also have hardline connections and satellite connections as well.
This year, we've grown everything bigger and better. We've got all kinds of new systems that we're adding on. There's live tracking where there's a telephone number that you can call and find out where your runner is. There's text messaging. There is an iPhone application.
One of the things that our timing equipment provides for the event, especially the television media, is that up-to-date, that instantaneous data feed. So throughout the course and throughout their broadcast, they can track the elite athletes as they're setting pace records, and they're trying to seek course records and world records for the course throughout the race.
We're coming up the day before the race, and things are getting real exciting, and we're laying it all on the line. We're prepared, and we've got backups to our backups to our backups, but it's dealing with the things that you don't know aren't going to happen. I think we're in good shape, but it's just up to run the race now.
So this is the media center. This is where all the timing scores come in, and the world press reads everything back from all of the locations, and we're tracking every athlete, all the celebrities, and they're all logged into our tracking tool because they're all trying to get it right for their deadline. They're printing the report right from there. So those splits come right up like that.
All right, here we are outside of the war room. We're at the tail end of the 2010 New York Marathon. At this point, we've got about 2/3 of the points closed. The only real issue we had today was dealing with the mass volumes of people at a couple of the points. Everybody on their cell phone, all hopping on their phones to take pictures and email pictures and text messages. I'm crossing the start, look for me. Our backup plans kicked in, and we were able to adapt and adjust and just move forward and get the job done. But we're at the very end here, getting it together, and it's been a tremendously successful race. All of our planning has paid off, and we've dealt with all the little issues that came up, and we're about ready to put it all to bed and move on to somewhere else exciting next week.